Hello, my friend. Welcome to the English Camp podcast. I am Adam, and today I want to take you to a very normal place, a small cafe. Maybe it is quiet, with soft music. Maybe it is busy with people talking, but it is a place where you can sit down, relax, and use your English in real life.
And I am Sarah. Before we start ordering coffee and cake, do one small thing for yourself. Tap follow or subscribe on your app. That way you stay close to all our other episodes about banks, birthday parties, car problems, buying clothes, and, now, cafes.
If you can, take a slow breath in through your nose and breathe out gently through your mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Relax your face. You do not need to remember every sentence from this episode. Your job is simple. Listen, repeat some lines out loud, and imagine you are in a real cafe talking to a real barista.
So picture this. You are standing outside a cafe. You see people inside with mugs and laptops. Some are chatting, some are reading, a few are working quietly. You open the door and step in.
Often the first question in your mind is, where can I sit? Maybe there are many tables and you are not sure which one is free. In that moment, you look at the staff and say, "Hello, do you have a free table?" It is short, polite, and clear. You are not asking for something special, just a place to sit.
Sometimes you want one specific table. You stand near a small table by the window, and you are not sure if it's free. Then you can look at the server and ask, "Hi, is this table free?" It's a small sentence, but it's real English for a real moment.
In some cafes, the staff say, "You can sit anywhere." Sometimes you want to ask that yourself. You can say, "Can I sit anywhere?" You look around, they say, "Yes, anywhere is fine," and you choose your spot and sit down.
Now imagine the cafe is very busy. People are standing. Every table looks full, and you don't know if you should wait or leave. You can ask, "How long is the wait?" This is a clear way to ask if you must wait 5 minutes or 20 minutes.
If they keep a list with names, you can say, "Is there a list? Can I put my name down?" You tell them your name, and they say, "We will call you when a table is ready." Now you know what is happening, and your brain feels calmer.
Good. Now you have a table and you're sitting down. Maybe there is a menu on the table. Maybe the menu is on the wall. Or maybe you need to ask for it. Two very natural sentences help a lot here. You can say, "Can I see the menu, please?" Or, "Could I have a menu, please?" Choose the one that feels more natural in your mouth and keep it.
Imagine the menu in your hands now. You open it, and you see many words. You do not need to understand every item. You only need a few main drinks for cafe life. Think of a simple black coffee, an espresso, a latte with a lot of milk, a cappuccino with foam, an Americano with hot water, maybe a mocha with chocolate, a hot chocolate, and some kind of tea. If you know these, you are already safe in most cafes.
Now, the big moment, ordering. When you are ready, you go to the counter or you look at the server and use one of 4 small sentence starters. You can say, "I would like," "Can I have," "Could I get," or "I'll have." For example, I would like a latte. Or, can I have a cappuccino? Or, could I get an Americano? Or, I'll have a hot chocolate.
Let us slow one of them down. Imagine you are a little tired and you want something easy and warm. You look at the barista and say, "Can I have a medium latte, please?" Medium is the size, not too small, not too big. You can also say, "Can I have a small cappuccino, please?" Or, "I would like a large Americano, please." The structure is the same. Starter, size, drink, please.
Very often, the barista will ask you a quick question after that. They say, for here or to go? In British English, you might hear eat in or take away. For here means you will sit in the cafe and drink there. To go means you will take the drink with you.
So your answer is very short. You say, "For here, please." If you want to stay, you say, "To go, please," if you want to leave with your cup. Imagine this line. I'll have a small cappuccino, for here, please. The barista presses a few buttons, you pay, and you sit down. Many learners think they need very advanced English in a cafe, but this level is already perfect.
Next, let's talk about milk. Maybe you don't drink regular milk, or maybe milk makes your stomach hurt. In many cafes, you can choose soy milk, almond milk, oat milk. After you order, you just add one short line. You say, "Can I have it with oat milk, please?" Or, "Can I have it with almond milk, please?" So your full order can be, "Could I get a medium latte with oat milk, please?"
Now, sugar. In many places, drinks with syrups are very sweet. You may like your coffee less sweet. Instead of saying "no sugar" with a hard face, you can keep it soft. You can say, "Can you make it less sweet?" Or, "Can you make it with no sugar?" You are not fighting, you are just guiding the drink in the right direction for your taste.
Let's put everything into one real order together. Picture yourself at the counter. The barista says, "Hi, what can I get you?" You take a small breath and say, "I'd like a medium oat milk latte for here, please." Then you remember you don't like very sweet drinks, and you add, "Can you make it less sweet?" The barista nods and says, "Sure, that's all. No stress, no long grammar, just clear, friendly English."
Cafes are not only about drinks. There is usually food as well. You might see croissants, muffins, cookies, brownies, slices of cake, small sandwiches, or salads. Sometimes everything is behind glass and the small labels are hard to read. In that situation, you do not need to guess. You can simply ask, "What food do you have today?" Or, "What do you recommend?" If you say, "What do you recommend?" the staff can tell you what's popular. Maybe they say, "The carrot cake is really good," and you answer, "Okay, I'll try the carrot cake, please." Now you have a drink and a snack with just a few simple sentences. Imagine you are ordering both drink and food now. You say, "Can I have a small Americano and a chocolate muffin, please?" Later, you might say, "I'd like a tea and a slice of cheesecake, please." Drink first, then food, same rhythm every time. After a few visits, your mouth will do this almost automatically. Real life also has small problems. Sometimes the drink is wrong. You ordered a latte, but you got a cappuccino. Or you ordered a hot drink and it's not really hot.
You don't have to sit in silence. You can fix it politely.
You walk to the counter with the cup, you look at the barista and say, "Excuse me, I think this is not what I ordered." Then you add a short explanation. "I ordered a latte, not a cappuccino." Your voice is calm, your face is friendly, and most of the time they will say, "Oh, sorry, I'll fix it for you," and make a new drink.
Temperature is another common problem. You take a sip, and it feels warm, but not hot. You can say, "This is a bit cold. Could you warm it up, please?" That little "a bit" keeps the sentence polite and soft.
Sometimes the problem is the table. Maybe the table is sticky or there are crumbs from the last guest. In that case, you can say, "Excuse me, this table is dirty. Could you clean it, please?" If the table moves when you touch it, you can say, "The table is a bit wobbly. Is it possible to move to another table?" Wobbly means it moves from side to side and does not feel stable.
There is also the modern cafe problem: Wi-Fi and electricity. You sit down, open your laptop or your phone, and you are not sure about the internet. You can ask, "Excuse me, is the Wi-Fi working?" Or, "Could you give me the Wi-Fi password, please?" If your battery is low, you can say, "Is there a power outlet I can use?" Or, "Can I sit near a plug? My laptop needs charging." These are exactly the sentences people use every day.
Now, let us put the first half of the story together. You walk in and ask, "Hello, do you have a free table?" The server shows you a place by the window, and you sit down. You look around and say, "Can I see the menu, please?" After a minute, you go to the counter and say, "I'd like a medium latte with oat milk. For here, please. Can you make it less sweet?"
The barista nods and asks, "Would you like anything to eat?" You say, "What do you recommend?" They answer, "The brownie is very popular." You say, "Okay, I'll have a brownie as well, please." You sit, drink your coffee, enjoy the brownie, and maybe do a little work. The music feels a bit loud, so you go back to the counter and say, "Excuse me, the music is a little loud. Could you turn the volume down, please?"
They turn it down a bit, and you return to your seat feeling more relaxed. Later, your cup is empty, your snack is finished, and your work is done. You are ready to pay and leave. In the next part of this episode, we will continue from here and talk about paying, splitting the bill, tips, and leaving the cafe in a natural way.
You have already done a lot. You walked into the cafe, found a table, ordered a drink and a snack, asked for Wi-Fi, and fixed small problems with clear, simple English. Take one slow breath in and one slow breath out. This is how your English becomes real, one ordinary cafe visit at a time.
Now, your cup is empty, your snack is finished, and you are ready to go. You stand up, look around for a moment, and ask yourself a simple question. Do I pay at the table or do I pay at the counter?
In some cafes, they bring the bill to your table. In others, you walk to the register. If you are not sure, you can ask a very small question.
You look at a staff member and say, "Do I pay here or at the counter?" It's short, clear, and polite. If they say, "You can pay here," you sit down again and wait. If they say, "At the counter, please," you walk over with your things.
When you are sitting at a table and someone is serving you, you often need to ask for the bill. You do not need special words. You can say, "Could I have the bill, please?" Or, "Can I pay now, please?" Your tone is calm, you make eye contact, and that is enough. If you are with a friend, you can also say, "Can we pay, please?" The server nods, prints the bill, and brings it to your table or to the counter.
Now imagine the bill is on the table in front of you. You look at the numbers and everything looks fine. The next step is to decide who pays.
Maybe you invited your friend and you want to pay for both. Then, when the server comes back, You can say, I will pay for both of us. Maybe you want to divide the cost. In that case, you use one very useful sentence. Can we split the bill?
That simple line tells the staff that each person will pay their own part. If you split the bill, they might ask half and half or separate bills. Half and half means each person pays 50%. Separate bills means they make two different checks.
You can answer with a short line, half and half is fine, or separate bills, please. You do not need to explain the math. The staff are used to this and will organize it for you.
Now think about how you actually pay. In many cafes, the staff will ask, "How would you like to pay?" or "Cash or card?" You already know the answers.
You say, by card, please, or cash, please, or I will pay by card. If you want to know if they accept a method, you can ask, do you accept cash, or can I pay with my phone? This is very common for contactless payments.
Sometimes the card machine is brought to your table. The server gives it to you and says, "When you're ready," or just tap here. You look at the screen, check the amount, and then tap or insert your card.
If something looks wrong, you can stop and ask, sorry, is this the total? Or, does this include everything? These small sentences protect you. They show you are calm and paying attention.
In some countries, tipping is normal in cafes. In others, it's small or not expected. The language is still simple.
If you want to leave a tip in cash, you put the money on the table or in the tip jar and say, I will leave this as a tip. If you want to add a tip to a card payment, you ask, can I add a tip to the card? Or can you include a tip on the card? If they ask, would you like to leave a tip? You can say, yes, please, and tell them the amount, or not today, thank you. Maybe you are not sure about the culture in that country. Then you can simply ask, do people usually leave a tip here? Or is tipping normal here? Most people will answer honestly, and you can follow that.
The main idea is not to feel nervous. A small tip, a simple thank you, and a friendly attitude are often more important than the exact number.
After you pay, there is one more important step, leaving the cafe in a natural way. You do not need long sentences. When you stand up, you can say, thank you, that was great, or everything was delicious, thank you.
These short lines are like a small gift of respect. If you want, you can add, have a nice day, or see you next time. They are classic, friendly endings.
Imagine the full ending. You push your chair back in, put your bag on your shoulder, and walk slowly to the door. On the way out, you pass the counter. The barista looks up, and you say, thanks a lot, have a nice day.
They answer, you too, or see you. In that moment, you are not only a customer. You are a person who can move through this simple social situation in English without feeling lost. That feeling is very powerful.
Now let us walk through one complete cafe visit in your mind, from beginning to end. You walk in and ask, hello, do you have a free table?
They show you a seat by the window, and you say, thank you. You sit down and say, can I see the menu, please?
You read for a minute, then go to the counter. You say, I would like a medium latte with oat milk for here, please. Can you make it less sweet?
The barista nods and asks, would you like anything to eat? You answer, what do you recommend? And they suggest the brownie. You say, I will have a brownie as well, please.
Later, they call your name. You pick up your drink and your brownie and say, "Thank you very much." You sit, taste the coffee, open your laptop, and remember the internet. You go back and ask, "Excuse me, is the Wi-Fi working? Could you give me the Wi-Fi password, please?"
After some time, the music feels a little loud. You walk to the counter and say, "Excuse me, the music is a little loud. Could you turn the volume down, please?" They turn it down a bit, and you go back to your seat. You finish your work, enjoy the last sip of your drink, and get ready to leave.
You pick up your things and look at the staff. You ask, "Do I pay here or at the counter?" They point to the counter, so you walk over and say, "Could I have the bill, please?" They tell you the total, and you say, "Can I pay by card?"
They give you the machine, you tap, and then ask, "Can I add a tip to the card?" They ask, "How much?" You tell them, and they press a few buttons. The payment goes through, and everything is finished.
To close the visit, you give them a calm smile and say, "Thank you. Everything was great. Have a nice day."
They answer, "You too. Thanks." And you walk out of the cafe and back into the street. You did not translate word by word. You used small, ready sentences and moved through the situation with confidence. Before we end this episode, take one slow breath in and one slow breath out. Notice how many small steps you practiced. You did not study a grammar chart. You lived a normal cafe visit in your mind.
Even if you only remember a few key lines, like, "Can I see the menu, please?" "I would like a medium latte for here, please." "Excuse me, this is not what I ordered." And, "Could I have the bill, please?" You already have a strong base. If this episode helped you, you can subscribe or follow the podcast and write a short comment in simple English. Take good care of yourself, keep these cafe sentences close, and we will talk to you again in the next episode of the English Camp podcast.